Howdy folks, Wes here to respond to Mr. Hoffame's new thread. Okay, first question, three albums you like either released or reissued on vinyl. This first one I'm not too sure about. I actually should have researched it, whether it's been released period or not. But the soundtrack to Last of the Mohicans, this is probably my favorite film score of all time. I just love this soundtrack. Love to have it on vinyl. Haven't really searched to see if it's out there or not, or how easy it is to find, but I would love to have that on vinyl. The second one, Dan has said is probably going to be reissued, so that'll be interesting. But the Into the Wild soundtrack, Eddie Vedder. It's just a great soundtrack. This movie is just amazing. It's an incredible movie, but it's a really difficult movie to watch also, so don't watch it too often because it's a very emotional movie. And last thing is a band called Colonel Bagshot. The album is called Oh What a Lovely War, and it's never been reissued, and there's a track on there called 6 Day War that DJ Shadow actually took and remixed and did some stuff with on the Tokyo Drift soundtrack. But it's just a old 70s prog rock album that's just based on that one track. It sounds amazing. I haven't really searched to see if there's maybe a torrent of the album somewhere, but never been released on CD, never been reissued, and it's very expensive to buy. So if you want to hear the song, go on to YouTube and search for Colonel Bagshot 6 Day War, and it'll come up. It's on there. Okay, two new artists you discovered. Two most recent artists. I'll say, I guess you could say Arcade Fire. I found Neon Bible in a thrift store actually about a year ago. Kind of listened to it, recognized the No Cars Go song, and that was about it. I liked it okay. And so when The Suburbs came out, I bought that and fell in love with it instantly. It's like I said, it's one of my top albums of the year, I think. And I recently went and got Funeral on vinyl, and I'd like to get all three of them on vinyl eventually, I guess. But definitely Arcade Fire is a band I really like. I really love the new, indie sort of band sound. Everybody's doing sort of a going back to an 80s sort of sound, maybe a little bit. I think it's pretty good. It's definitely better than the hard rock stuff that I just don't really like. And I guess you could say Pearl Jam also. I remember back in the 90s when they came out, I hated Pearl Jam. I couldn't stand them. I was all about rap music and just couldn't stand them at all. But thanks to the Into the Wild soundtrack, and maybe me just getting a little bit older and my music, my ear, my listening ear changing a little bit, getting into Pearl Jam more. Haven't really heard much of their stuff, so just something I'm trying to get into. Okay, two most desired albums you want in your collection. The first one's gonna have to be Black Keys Brothers. I actually went to go buy it on Thursday, and they were sold out. So, but I hope to get that in the next week or so. They're supposed to be getting some more of those in, but as soon as it comes in, I'm gonna buy a copy of that on vinyl. And another one is Jules' Pieces of You, which I've stated before I want to buy that, but it's gonna be about $30 for an unopened copy of this. But it's a really great album, and love to have it on vinyl. And there's some extra bonus tracks on the vinyl, and there's some extra interesting stuff. So it'll be nice to have that. And finally, the 5 favorite lyrics. And we'll start off with Jewel. The song is Pieces of You. And the lyric goes, you say he's a faggot, does it make you want to hurt him? You say he's a faggot, you want to bash in his brain. You say he's a faggot, does he make you sick to your stomach? You say he's a faggot, are you afraid you're just the same? So that's my first favorite lyric. Second is from this group called The Lions that I discovered on a beer podcast I listened to, but I like the group, and actually this is the only album they ever released, and they broke up. And this was released in 2006. And it's on the song called Spring. And the lyric goes, "One by one I knocked all my paint buckets over, smeared all my paintings with brushes dirty and brown. I was sitting alone in the monochrome mess of my failures, and then you came around." Next up from Linkin Park's Minutes to Midnight. Oh, here it goes, okay. It says, "Jump when they tell us that they want to see jumping. Fuck that. I want to see some fist pumping, risk something, take back what's yours, say something that you know they might attack you for, cause I'm sick of being treated like I have before, like it's stupid standing for what I'm standing for, like this war's really just a different brand of war, like it doesn't care to rich and abandon poor." And just, I like the whole song, Hands Held High. I think it's a good song. Just like the lyrics in that. And next up, it's actually from the Dixie Chicks, Not Ready to Make Nice. It says, "Forgive sounds good. Forget, I'm not sure I could. They say time heals everything, but I'm still waiting. I'm through with doubt. There's nothing left for me to figure out. I've paid a price, and I'll keep paying. I'm not ready to make nice. I'm not ready to back down. I'm still mad as hell, and I don't have time to get round and round and round. It's too late to make it right. I probably wouldn't if I could, because I'm mad as hell. I can't bring myself to do what it is you think I should." And I just love that song that they came out with that after there was so much hate thrown their way. Next one is Garth Brooks' We Shall Be Free. "When we're free to love anyone we choose, when this world's big enough for all different views, when we're all free to worship from our own kind of pew, then we shall be free." And just as a bonus track, just the song that got me into Neil Young was "Rockin' in the Free World," and I like this verse. It says, "I see a woman in the night with a baby in her hand under an old street light near a garbage can. Now she puts the kid away and she's gonna get a hit. She hates her life and what she's done to it. There's one more kid that will never go to school, never get to fall in love, never get to be cool." So that's the 4 questions. Thanks for the thread starting on this Mr. Hall of Fame, and thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.